we're going to survive. The country's still going to be here, but I don't think it's going to be the America that we all know and love. The face of it's going to change.
Well, that may be true. I'm more optimistic. I've often been accused of being so optimistic that I could be up to my neck in floodwater, and I just call it a heavy dew. But but it depends on the leadership. It depends on the American public being informed enough so that in the next two elections, 2022 and 2024, that we choose the correct political leaders that are willing and able to make the decisions, the adult decisions necessary to restore the American economy. And I'll give you a historical thing here. This enormous debt that we have, it is enormous debt, and if we continue on this path, it'll lead to hyperinflation and or economic destruction. But I would offer to you that all of this dates from September 11th, 2001.
Mm.
Do you remember? I've said many times the dominant domestic political issue on September 10th, 2001 was what? The answer is the surplus. The government was taking in more money than it was spending. And the big debate was what to do with it. Democrats wanted to create new programs, and Republicans wanted to give it back to the people. And the debt was on schedule to be completely eliminated by 2010, something that's only been done a couple of times in our entire history.
Mm.
And then comes September 11th, and a war, yes. But both political parties took advantage of the opportunity to create vast new programs, both defense and otherwise, and we've embarked on spending policies that have, of course, put us in the position we're in. And this administration is, as you said, had a plan, and is determined to make it even more so. But the point I'm trying to make is our economy is so powerful that with the right leadership, with the correct policies, that we could recover, I believe, within 2 years.
Mm. Well, I think the advice to our listeners is instead of voting with your emotions as it relates to a mean, I love it. I'll take a mean tweet now any day of the week over that gas price.
Yeah.
So as opposed to voting with your emotions and who you think might be the best person for the job because how they look or act in public, let's look at their policies and what values they can ensure through their policies as it relates to the country and our Constitution and how this country was built.
Well, I would also tell your listeners something I'm very fond of saying. Remember that politics is a game for adults. It's a game, and you have to have an adult attitude and be prepared to make adult decisions. And sometimes adult decisions mean that there is no good and bad choice. There is only worse and worser.
Yeah.
If you'll pardon the lack of grammar. And adults do that. And of course, so don't engage in the games of politics that appeal to your emotions and or your distaste for a particular mean tweet. Engage in a brutal analysis of what is going to be this country needs, and how are we going to prosper. We can do it. It is fixable. It is fixable, but we must elect the right political leaders at all levels, from school boards to the presidency.
Yeah. Well, John, I could probably talk to you the rest of the day, but I know we have full schedules. We've got ranches to take care of and all those other good things, and we got a fundraiser tonight. I'll leave it at that. And I would say, matter of fact, I was speaking with somebody yesterday that's looking at running for an office, and she said, well, I'm going to learn everything I can about that office and what's entailed because I want to do the best job possible. And I think as voters, we need to do everything we can to research the candidates, what they're running for, and what that office actually represents as it relates to changes that can occur based on their moves. So let's be educated. If you like what you're hearing from John today, you can tune in to his podcast called Life and Politics. I will put the link in the show notes, but I encourage you to listen to that. He puts out a show weekly, talks about all different things, but you'll get a history lesson every time. So be patient with it, but I can't say there's been a single show that I didn't get something out of it. So, John, thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me, Jim.